Hello, Chalking friends. It is Making Maria, your independent Chalk Couture designer. Hello, hello, happy Thursday night, everybody. Are we ready to get some crafting on? Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm working on a theme song. Not a theme song, but I'm working on like a preview video. Yeah. I got fancy today. I was making a video and I'm like, wow, this is really easy. Why don't I do this more often? And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I can make a preview video. I might have to do that. But hello everybody. I'm just merely digressing because, or chit-chatting because I'm early, which means I'm on time. I'm early and I want to make sure you guys all know I'm here because, hey everybody, I'm here. So I am Making Maria. I'm an independent Chalk Couture designer. I make a live demonstration video every evening around 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. It's usually between 9 o'clock and 9:15 that I hit that live button. It's usually between 9:05 and 9:10 is my normal. But lately, I've been way more organized. So lately, I've been down here ready to go at 9 and then thinking, oh, I better not push that button because you guys are kind of used to me not being here so early. So I'm going to try to be more on time. Now I've just jinxed myself, so yeah, right. Okay, so I do a live demonstration video every night around 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, with the exception of Saturday nights. I don't do a video on Saturday night. And I use an amazing product during my demos of a product called Chalk Couture. Never heard of it? Or you are as addicted as I am. There's kind of not a lot of in between because once you hear of it and once you touch it, you're as addicted as I am. So let me tell you what Chalk Couture is. Chalk Couture is a company that is chalking the halls, walls, accents, and accessories of homes all across America. We were created to be designed, loved, and repeated for every season and any reason. And we bring easy, high-end DIY home decor directly to you. And we do that by offering reusable adhesive silkscreen transfers, Chalkology paste, couture ink, surfaces you can create on, accessories to make chalking super easy, super fun, no stress, and you will love it. Love it, I say. You will love it. Hello, Linda. Linda, welcome to our chalking party. So we are a very friendly group of chalkers. So if you are new to our little chalking party, say hi. Tell us where you're from. If you're watching the replay, you can do #replay in the comments, then we know you're out there. Or if you're watching me on YouTube, my YouTube channel is Making Maria, which is a really nice place to go if you're trying to look for a specific project or a specific technique, because it's much easier to search on YouTube than it is to go through all of the videos I have on Facebook, because when you make a video every night, it's a lot of videos to go through. So I find YouTube to be a little bit easier to search for a type of project. And if you go, or if you're watching me on YouTube, please subscribe and hit the notifications bell on your subscribe tab, and then you'll know every time I post a new video. Hello, Christine from Michigan, and Cheryl, Linda Squared, Carol's here. Welcome, everybody. All right, so tonight we're actually doing 2 quick, easy, down and dirty projects. We're using 2 Chalk Couture surfaces because you can tell I've moved craft rooms and I've cleaned out, and I'm like, why have I never used some of these surfaces? So I decided it was probably best to show some of them to you because they've been in my basement for a long time and some of them are kind of cool. So we're going to use an Odette chalkboard tonight, which is a beautiful white chalkboard with kind of some finished detailing to it, and we're going to make a lumbar pillow, so which is one of the textiles. And if you're a Club Couture member, the textiles are on sale for you this month. So that's why we're gonna get a quick down and dirty little lumbar pillow done. So we're gonna use our little friend Odette. Odette comes in several sizes, and she's got some nice scrolling on her. She's got a black frame, and she's a white chalkboard, which means we can wash her off over and over and over and over again. So it gives you a lot of opportunity to play with transfers and change things up as you go. So I made this last year at ChalkCon, actually, which is the Chalk Couture chalking convention. And I made it last year there. And this is Ocean Mist and Brown, which is bark, colors, the Baked Fresh Daily. This transfer is still available. There's 2 parts to it. But we're going to wash this bad boy off, and we're going to put a new transfer. Terry, you are funny. You like my springtime sweatshirt? Yeah, I need to make a new one, and it will be a sweatshirt. But yeah, we made this sweatshirt a while ago. For those of you who, you know, we say crackling fires, warm socks, sweater weather. It's Wisconsin, Terry. We're not warm yet. Okay, it was nice today. For everybody but Maria. It was nice today. But it's going to be in the 40s next week. It's going to be nice this weekend, but it's going to be 40s next week. So we are going to use this really fun little transfer here. It says, love lives here, and we decided on forever. We are up almost to wedding season. This is a very nice wedding transfer. It's got some nice, quick, you can make signs with it, you can make pillows with it, you could put this on a tea towel, you could put this on wedding decor. I mean, there's just all kinds of uses for this bad boy. So this is the transfer that we're going to use tonight. Let me get you seeing what we're going to do. We're going to put one of them on our little friend Odette, and we're going to put one of them on a lumbar pillow, which is just a basic canvas pillow. And we're going to zhuzh it up and make it pretty. Hello, Miss Debbie from Texas. Hello, Lori Baker. Lori. Welcome. Welcome. Okay, so if you could first off do this, it helps me so much when you do that. So thank you to everybody who takes the time to push that button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Secondly, if you want to check out these products that I'm using, you can go to www.chalkcouture.com/makingmaria, and you can see that. This transfer is called We Decided on Forever. Ooh, fancy name. But that's where you can see the products if you want to see them. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my transfer out of its plastic. I save this, so don't cut it open when you get them. There's a tab. You open up the tab because this is a very nice way to store your transfer. You slide it right back in here. You reseal the little plastic tab on the bottom, and they hang really nice. You can just hang them right on a hanger in your closet. I loop the hanger through here, and I just hang them on. I have like a rolling clothes bar that I hang them on. But what's nice about this is on the back, it gives you the step-by-step instructions. So this is something you want to keep. Don't cut it. Open it by the tab. Hey, Cheryl. Welcome to our chocolate party. So, Love Lives Here, and We Decided on Forever is a really, really nice wedding. Wedding shower, wedding, just love in general, anniversary. Especially, you know, like if you had like a 25th wedding anniversary or, you know, a milestone anniversary, the We Decided on Forever would be very appropriate. Because I gotta tell you, if you can make it that long, you deserve a pillow. Right? Especially if you can make it that long during social distancing. So this one says Love Lives Here. So I write on the back of it the name of the transfer, or what it says on the other side, because it helps me put them away when I'm all done. Because have I mentioned yet this evening that this little bad boy is reusable? You can use it over and over and over again. We decided on forever. Okay? So I write the name on the back with a permanent marker because it's that slicky material. If you do a regular marker, it's just going to wipe right off. And then I set them aside. So first we need to do is we need to take off what's currently on here. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways tonight to remove it. So first off, I have this little scraping tool. This is a new tool. It's a brand new tool. They're not, I honestly can't tell you how much they are, but they're not expensive. I'm going to show you how to use the scraper. But don't feel like you need the scraper. You can totally just wash it off too. So we're going to do half with the scraper and half washing it off. I'm going to show you the difference. So first thing you do is you get the chalk wet. And again, our little friend Odette, which is the name of the chalkboard that I'm using, is washable. So she's really, really nice and reusable. It's a white chalkboard. You can use her over and over and over and over and over again. So we're going to do one side with the scraper and one side with just a baby wipe. You could use a paper towel, a wet paper towel, a napkin. You could use a towel because the chalk washes off stuff. So Cheryl says she will be celebrating our 30th on August 18th, and I will probably need to get that transfer. Is your daughter getting married on your anniversary? Because she's getting married in August too, isn't she? That would be super sweet if she was getting married on your anniversary. I've just got to say. That would be like adorable. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is well, let's do this one first. It doesn't matter. So I'm going to take a wet wipe, and keeping in mind that this has been on here for, in July, it'll be a year. So it's been on, and I know you're going to shake. I'll try to go slower so you don't shake so much. But you just wipe it right off. That's how easy it is to come off. But it takes a little more time when you use a wipe, because you gotta go back and forth. Because basically what I'm doing, I'm going slow so you stop shaking. Basically what I'm doing is I'm reconstituting, I think that's the word, the chalk. So I'm getting the chalk wet, and it's removable. Now, notice, it's not like it's so easy to do this. I mean, it's not hard, but it's not like, oh my gosh, it just got sprayed with water and the chalk is running off of it. It's not that easy. So you do have to get it wet and rub it. If you just get your chalk wet, it's not going to go anywhere because it's just going to dry, and then your chalk is hard again. So this is one way to remove your chalk, is just with a wipe. She is getting married. Oh, she's getting married on the 8th, and they're throwing a nice party for you. That's kind of fun. Okay, so that's half of it with just a wipe. The other option I can do is I can just go like this with my fun little scraper guy. Now I have this little pile of gunky chalk. I wipe it off, and I pick this up. And then I just wipe it down. So those are the two ways you can remove chalk from a chalkboard. They both work. It's like everything else, right? I thought this tool was going to be a complete bunch of hooey when they first came out with it. I'm like, I can take a wipe and wipe off my chalk. Yes, you can do that. But did you notice how much faster it went when I used my little tool? So it's not you got to have this, like a squeegee. You got to have a squeegee. But it is a nice thing to have, and it's not expensive. It is $5.99. So it's really reasonable. AKA the wedding. Okay, I get it now. Oops, what am I doing? They're throwing you an anniversary party, their wedding. That's kind of cute. Okay, so I'm just wiping off my board. So, because it's wet, right? I need to get it dry so that I can chalk on it. Now, I'm going to use very similar colors to the colors we just washed off, because those are the colors in my house. I'm just giving it a second because it's still a little damp. I might even hit it. It's cold down here today. So I'm just going to hit it with some heat, warm it up. It's cold. Okay, so we're nice and dry. And we're going to throw on, we decided on Forever. This is a very pretty font. Ooh. Hey, Nicole. You're responding to your mom. Did I miss a comment by your mom? Ooh, you two must be having a secret private message. I don't have a... Lenora, what secret message are you sending Nicole from Nevada? No secrets. I'm just kidding. This is my backer sheet. So I save my backer sheet and I save my plastic. These are important for storing. Okay, my transfer right now is sticky side up. And by being sticky side up, I'm not hurting my transfer. Now my transfer is super sticky, okay? This is an Odette white chalkboard. It's a Chalk Couture product. I do not need to fuzz. Fuzzing is a step that you do when you use other types of chalkboards or other surfaces. But for this bad boy, I do not need to fuzz it. So I just push down, make sure I'm all sticky, and I have removed my air. I don't want any air in it, because if I have air, I'm going to get what's called a bleed. I think I'm pretty straight. I'm actually a little crooked. So see how easily it comes up? That's because our transfers and our chalkboards were made. They were made for each other. Ah, just like all you married for a really long time people. Okay, so I'm just putting it on, centering it, getting it lined up where I want it. I gotta get it a little more this way for it to be centered. This is when you don't fuzz, the bad part about them is they're super sticky. So they stick as you're trying to place them. I could solve that problem by fuzzing it. But again, I'm being lazy today. I don't feel like doing that. So I need to get out my air. Push out my air. Make sure that my transfer is well stuck. Okay. Now I'm going to use 2 colors today. I'm going to use Ocean Mist and I'm going to use Storm. Ooh, my Storm is chunky. I got to take this one upstairs and work it. I took my chalks upstairs today, like I said last night, and I did microwave them just a little bit. 5 to 8 seconds at most, you microwave them. Just microwaved it a little bit, and then I actually used my immersion blender because I'm lazy. You can stir, 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 or you can just stick your immersion blender fits perfectly in your container. It was awesome. And I hit the little button, and all of a sudden my chalks were perfect, just like they were supposed to be. All right, so we are going to do, I think we're going to do, we decided on in Storm and Forever in Ocean Mist. Ocean Mist is a very pretty pale gray blue color. So this is the differences in chalks. I'm going to show them. This one needs a little water. If your chalks seem a little dry, you just add a little bit of water to them and stir them. You want your chalks to be yogurt, sour cream, and relatively smooth. So I'm going to show you the difference between these 2 chalks, and then I'm going to explain to you what happened to them. Okay. So see how smooth Ocean Mist is? Look at how chunky my Storm is. This is completely usable and there's nothing wrong with it. What happened with it is when I ordered it, it froze because I'm in Wisconsin and it got delivered in the winter. So they just get chunky. You can still use them, but they're easier to use when they're not chunky. So if you get one like this and you've added water to it and it's still this kind of chunkiness, what you do is you put it in the microwave for 5 seconds. 5. And you take it out. You put just one little spray of water, 5 seconds, stir. Now obviously the little bit of water depends on how much chalk is in your container. If your container's been used and there's not that much chalk in it, you want like no water. Then what I did was I just stuck my immersion blender in them and like magic, in fact I'll show you one. I did, was it Spring Zing? I did Spring Zing and look at how smooth it came out. Once I did it it was chunky like this yesterday. So, it's very easy to do. You don't need to use your immersion blender, you can just stir them. And a lot of people don't have an immersion blender and that's okay, just stir. It all works. Okay, so we're gonna do Storm and Ocean Mist. Nicole says she asked if I had the scraper. I think it isn't showing all comments. Ooh, Facebook is being naughty. It's not showing all the comments. Oh, there, now it's there. Oh, you know what? My phone is showing me different comments than my screen is. Don't ask me why. I don't know. All right, so I see Lenora's comment now. Okay, so let's get to chalking. We're going to do Gray or Storm first on We Decided On. This is going to take us 2 seconds to make this cute little sign. This would really be cute. You could make this on a cute little banner to walk down the aisle. If you're doing wedding decor, if you're doing a wedding gift, this board itself, just our little friend Miss Odette here, would be pretty, and it would take you no time at all to make this. And then the other thing you could do is you could give them the transfer and the paste, or just the transfer and instructions as a gift, and then they could coordinate it with other things. It's just kind of a fun little, you know, because what new bride doesn't need a new hobby? Preferably one that, you know, takes her out of the house. I did not say that. Okay, so that's it. That's all we do. Now we pull off our transfer. I started in the corner, but I pull it from the middle. I don't want to pull it diagonally. Oh, this is nice. I take my transfer. I have a water bath right in front of me. I stick it in the water. I push it all the way down into the water because once my transfer is wet, it's no longer sticky. And then I can put my next transfer right on top of it. So the nice thing about this is you can completely coordinate your sentiment to their home decor. So this is this gray and blue, all blues really, but this gray and blue are the colors in my bedroom. So I'm gonna hang this over my husband's side of the bed. No, I'm not. All right, so that's one side. So then what you do is you just close up your chalks, wash off everything right away. Much easier to clean your things while they're wet. And put them away. We're done with chalk. Next we're going to use ink. So the difference between chalk and ink are chalk we can wash off just like we did with Miss Odette. Ink, once you heat set it with an iron, you can wash it and it's not going to go anywhere. It's a very nice way to make tea towels, towels, aprons, sweatshirts like the one I have on that I've washed 5 million times and everything is just fine. It's never gone anywhere. Anything. Ceramics, coffee mugs, bowls, platters, you name it. If it's hard and you can get it wet, or it's not wet, if it's hard and you can get it hot, so you can heat set it, you can ink on it. So this is a canvas pillow cover. And I have an ink mat inside of it, which is also a very nice tool because it prevents my ink from going through to the other side as I put my ink on my canvas, and it holds my fabric in place while I'm inking. And this bad boy we're going to do just in one simple little color. We're going to do this in Midnight Sky ink, which I'm sure is called Cadet by now. They've been working on making all the chalks and all the inks the same names and the same colors. But let's just make sure that in ink, the navy blue is called. What that beeping sound you're hearing is my transfer, or my, yep, it is called Cadet in ink. I still have the old navy blue, or Midnight Sky, which is the same color. Just a new name. It's a little darker. So I put my transfer on. I put it in the middle of the pillow and I put allowances around my edges because once I put my pillow insert, it's going to fluff up the pillow. So you don't want to go all the way to one of the sides because it's going to curve as you put your pillow insert in it. So it's one of those things, again, you want to give allowances to how fluffy are you going to make your pillow. Now this particular transfer, you don't have a lot of choices with it. But when you get into some of the other transfers that are made for pillows, or you can put any transfer on a pillow, you just want to be conscious of, as you place it on your pillow, how much fluff are you going to give it. So with ink, when you can get them open, okay, you have to be very careful with ink because ink is permanent. So if I get my ink someplace I don't want it, it's going to stay there. I'm not going to get it off. So I am very conscious with ink. Where's my lid? Where's my paste container? Where's my squeegee? Where are my fingers? Every time I touch my ink container, I check my fingers, okay? Because I don't want to move my material and get it in my ink. I don't want to have ink on my fingers and suddenly touch my material and now I have ink where I don't want it. It ruins your surface, basically. That does not look straight to me. I'm going to lift it up a little bit. Well, sometimes what I like about pillowcases and stuff is they have the creases, and it helps me line things up. Because, you know, I don't like to measure. Okay, so I push down my transfer, and we're going to do this whole thing in just Cadet blue. So I take my transfer, or my squeegee. My squeegee has a flat side and a beveled side. I take the beveled side, I dip it right in my ink. I do not need to stir ink, and I do not add water to ink. I don't do any of those things. I just literally put my squeegee in and go right across. Now the thing you'll notice about ink versus chalk is ink glides. Because it's not gritty, you know, it doesn't have chalk in it. Not that chalk is gritty, but it's not, there's nothing in it to, it's just smooth. It's a smoother consistency. It's very easy to just put it on and go. So you just go right across, take all your excess, put it right back in your container. Now I'm done. first thing I do, wipe off my squeegee so I know where my wet squeegee is, or my inked up squeegee. I don't want ink anywhere, okay? Especially on my fingers, like I just got it all over my fingers. Then I'm going to close up my ink container right away so I don't move anything into my ink. Now I have to check my fingers. I have ink all over my fingers. This happens to me every time I use blue. I don't know what it is about blue, but I end up with blue everywhere on my fingers. Okay, so my fingers are clean. I even got it on that side of my hand. Okay, check my fingers, take my transfer, pull it off. Oh, this is a nice pillow. Love it. Take my transfer, stick it in my water bath, again, pushing it down, getting it good and wet so that it doesn't stick to the other transfer that's in there. Now my fingers are wet, so I dry off my fingers, plus I got ink on them because I touched the transfer. Okay, wash off my hands. Now what I need to do is I need to take my ink mat out of the inside of it. And I have to be careful when I do that because I don't want my ink to touch the other part of the pillow because it's wet. You don't want to dry your ink with your ink mat inside because if you do that, you melt your ink mat. If you're using heat, which I am. My gun has heat on it. Okay, so now I just need to dry it. And once it's dry, I'm going to show you how you heat set it. It doesn't take long to dry. It dries very quickly. But you do need to dry it before you heat set it. My hair dryer is making woo noises. I wonder what's going on in my craft room with my electricity that I'm making woo noises. Just drying it, making sure it's good and dry. Okay, so what I do next is I check my hands. This is how I figure out if my ink is dry. There's no ink on my hands. I go down and up. See? I came up with ink. I'm not dry. I used a lot of ink. I don't know why I did that. It's just going to take me a little longer to dry it. So you just got to dry it. How is everybody doing? Is everybody surviving our staying at home isolation? So these pillows, kind of like the banners that we did yesterday, are the textiles that are on sale for Chalk Couture members. Some of my friends have started receiving their Chalk Couture transfers already. I can't wait to get mine. I'm hoping tomorrow. Lenora wants to know, do I recommend washing the fabric first before you do the transfer? I don't, Lenora. You can. I mean, there's nothing to stop you from doing that. On a pillow like this, Lenora, odds are I'm not going to ever wash it. If it was going in a kid's room or in a kid's bed where maybe, you know, they might get sick or something and you'd want to wash it. But this is going to go in a chair in my bedroom that nobody ever sits in. So, I'm not too worried about it. Just really making sure it's dry. And Jennifer wants to know, what are you using to dry? Is that a hair dryer or something else? Okay, so Jennifer, you can use a hair dryer, and I really recommend you use a hair dryer. I have like an embossing tool gun. It's a heat gun. You really don't want to heat up your chalk. I mean, it doesn't hurt it, but you just need air. You need it to dry. This is what's down here. I've never invested in a new. See, so again, I'm just going up and down and checking my hand to make sure there's no ink on it. That's how I make sure I'm nice and dry. Okay? So now it's time to heat set it. What you're going to do, and I need to take this out because you don't want to attach heat to your mat, because your mat will warp. So what I'm going to do is I have this is my like fancy ironing pad. You're going to just iron it. So you're going to put on a video, because you're going to iron it for a while, and you're going to iron it with a dry iron for 4 minutes per side. So you're going to iron. Okay, I already heat set stuff today, so where did I put my parchment paper? Parchment paper. Oh, there it is. I was heat setting tea towels earlier today. All right, so you just put a piece of parchment paper over it. I don't know if it's not going to reach. Look at that. See, look at all the fun things I'm learning about my new craft room. Stuff is not going to reach where I think it should go. Try it this way. Okay, now it goes. So I have a fancy tool called a Cricut Easy Press. If you have a Cricut machine where you're using heat transfer vinyl, you probably have one of these. You can use this completely to heat set ink. There are different sizes of them. They're varying price points. I have the old original one, which is a 9 by 9 inch one. But what's nice about this is you only do it for 30 seconds. And when I'm done here, I'll flip it over and I'll show you why it's better than an actual iron. And why, if you're going to iron for 4 minutes, and I only have to do it for 30 seconds. So on this side, see, there's no holes in it like a regular iron. It's made for this, for heat transfer vinyl and adhering things. So it's very even heating, where a regular iron is not. So that's why you have to do it for as long as you have to do it for. So you're going to iron for 4 minutes on one side, and then you're going to flip it over, and you're going to iron for 4 minutes on the other side. And that is how you heat set it. And then you can throw it in the washing machine. So that's when you're doing sweatshirts or t-shirts like the one I have on, or tea towels, or pillows that you want to wash. Really any fabric you can ink. And then you've got the ceramics. You can do it on glass. You can do it on all kinds of fun things. So I'm going to set this back over here. And it is wrapped around the arm of my chair. So now what you do is you flip her over. And I'm going to turn it inside out. So I can get the other side. So that's what I'm using, Jennifer. You can just use a plain old everyday hair dryer. You know, you don't need, it needs to be nothing fancy. You just need the air. If you're doing it to dry your chalk, it dries super fast with just the air. You don't need the heat. And if you are using something that has heat, now I don't need my parchment paper because I'm flipped inside out. Just make sure your heat's not super high. Or don't hold it right on it because you don't want to burn your stuff. It feels like forever when you iron, Nicole says. I know, Nicole. That's why you put a video on. And you watch something like Maria, very entertaining on YouTube. Pick a video. Pick a short one. I know, nothing Maria does is short. But pretend there's a short video out there of Maria. But it takes a long time to iron. In fact, my Easy Press broke. Oh my gosh. Might have been right on the holidays. And I had to wait because it was still under warranty. So I had to wait for a new one. So I was making tea towels for a craft fair. So I was ironing, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I could not wait for my Easy. But I get spoiled, is really what it boils down to, is I'm spoiled with this fancy little machine. But it does have multiple uses. So if you are ever doing heat transfer vinyl, that's awesome. That's really what this is made for, is heat transfer vinyl. But yeah, Nicole. So Nicole, you've been ironing a little bit, I would imagine then. But again, 4 minutes. Just both sides, you're good to go. Now, I love it when I see the steam rise. Ooh, it's hot in there. Ooh, ouch. Okay, so now I just, ooh, it is really hot in here. Wowza. Ha. Okay, so now I didn't bring one down here. I'm gonna stick a pillow insert. You did, at Christmas you did 4 tea towels, yep. The Easy Presses go on sale pretty regularly if you're looking to invest in one, but they're not, they're $80. So you gotta have, I try to craft very economically. If I'm gonna spend money on a crafting tool, it needs to have more than one use. When it's that kind of money. Hey, Lynn Miller, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well, well, well. Okay, so here's our cute little pillow. So, we can get rid of that, turn that off. So we made 2 really cute little designs today with the same transfer. It's a C size transfer. It's called They Decided on Forever. So we made this fun little sign on Miss Odette, which is a beautiful, beautiful chalkboard. And we made a fun pillow. Oops, you can't see that. I gotta fix my camera. Not sure how you guys got like weird on me, but you did. So I'll have to fix that. So this is our 2 fun transfers. There we go. Try that. Fun pillow. So, and again, when you heat set and you feel your ink, it no longer feels like it's separate from the fabric. It feels like it's part of the fabric. That's how you know it's heat set. And now I can wash, just like my sweatshirt. Here, I'll stand up a little more. Just like my sweatshirt. You can wash. It's not going to go anywhere. It gives you, you can just make fun things with it. It gives you one more use for your transfers. And then we have this very pretty, we decided on forever, with Storm and Ocean Mist blue. So those are our fun transfers for tonight. If you want to check out these products, you can go to www.chalkcouture.com/makingmaria. That we decided on forever is the transfer. It's a C size. C size transfers are $24.99. The pillow cover is currently on sale for Club Couture members. It is half off. So it's a really good deal. And I'd tell you the price if I could remember what the price was. Oh wait, I can look. Hang on. No, I think they reduced the price on them though too. So our fun little pillow, it was $14.99. It's cheaper than that now. And it's half off if you're a Club Couture member. So if you're not a Club Couture member, you want to be one. If you're interested in finding out what the club is and what it is about, you can comment club or you can message me directly and I'll send you the information. You can check it out, see if it's something you would be interested in, and hopefully tomorrow my Club Couture transfer will be here. Did you see it? Oh my gosh, that beautiful typewriter. Just saying, if anybody doesn't want theirs, you can just send it my way because it's really cute. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. So that's the club if you want information about the club. If you're not in the VIP group where we do all kinds of fun things, you want to comment, add me, or type in your search bar, Making Maria's VIP group, and join that group. That's our closed little fun group where we do all kinds of great things. If you want to send me out into the world, it helps me a ton when you do that. So thank you to everybody that does that. And last but not least, if you're curious at all about what it means to be a Chalk Couture independent designer, or if you're curious about the starter kit that comes with it, that's $99 and $270 worth of value. I'd be more than happy to give you that information as well. You can just message me directly or comment curious and I will get you that info. Whew! That's all I got for you tonight. I hope you have a fantastic Friday. We made it to another Friday! Woo-hoo! It's Friday, yay! I hope you have a great Friday. I will be back at you tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and have a good one. Thanks so much for watching me. Have a great day, guys. See ya.